Hello there, I am Shaun McLaren, and today we will continue the elusive quest to find a playable Mardu deck in Modern. Today I'll be playing a version that was built by Evan Whitehouse, and he got second at the New Jersey Open. And it looks to be pretty sweet. Of course, decks look sweet with Dark Confidant until you're flipping Emrakul, the Aeon's Torn with them. So that is the most notable thing about this deck list, is that it runs Dark Confidant, full 4 Dark Confidants, and Emrakul, which is interesting because if you flip Emrakul, you're going to lose, basically, a lot of the time. Other than that, though, Dark Confidant is perfect in the deck. And since the deck is so focused on just Inquisitions, bolts, paths, you want to be able to keep up in card advantage, and Dark Confidant is one of the ways to do that. The other way to do that is to have a Planeswalker stick in play. The deck isn't as powerful as a lot of the other decks in Modern, so having a Planeswalker in play is kind of a necessity. Having Dark Confidant, Liliana, or Nahiri active is going to be very important to winning, which is why you're going to clear the way for them with Thoughtseize and Inquisition, and then hope that the power of the Planeswalkers is enough to ride you to victory, to take you to victory, ride you to victory, Emrakul you to victory, Liliana ult you to victory, whatever. So Dark Confidant is going to be an issue even without flipping Emrakul, since the deck doesn't have much life gain. There's one Lightning Helix for spells that gain you life, so it's kind of saying we don't need life gain. We're fine. There's not really been a lot of burn. Burn has sort of fallen out of favor, which opens the door for this deck to be a thing. The other card that's going to gain you life is Shambling Vent, which is actually a really huge deal. If you can strip your opponent's hand, you'll be able to mitigate the life loss from Dark Confidant if you're attacking with Shambling Vent every turn. And of course, if you're far enough ahead, you can eat your own Dark Confidant with either Liliana or Nahiri or any of your removal. So if Dark Confidant has drawn you like 4 cards, you're massively ahead. You can just off your own Dark Confidant and secure the game. Lots of removal. Dreadbore is interesting, since the instant speed of Terminate is going to be a lot better in a lot of matchups, like against Infect, that sort of thing. But Dreadbore, of course, is good against Planeswalkers, so it's going to kill opposing Lilianas and opposing Nahiris. Lingering Souls is great for protecting your Planeswalkers, and great to discard with either of your Planeswalkers. So there's a lot of nice synergies with the deck. Same with Emrakul. You can discard it with either of your Planeswalkers, and it won't matter so much that it's a dead draw. Other than that, Needle Splash, whatever, sure. The sideboard, 3 Rest in Peace is interesting, since there's a lot of dredge right now, and Rest in Peace is one of the best cards you can have against dredge. And the deck isn't that reliant on the graveyard, so you can feel free to load up on Rest in Peace, and just be aware that it doesn't work well with Lingering Souls or Emrakul. If you draw Emrakul, your Rest in Peace is going to eat it when you try and discard it. Engineered Explosives is great. Catch-all. perfect in a 3-color deck, great against Infect, Boggles, pretty much anything that has smaller creatures. Can go up to the full 8 discard spell package after board, which is nice to have against combo decks. Another Lightning Helix for life gain. Hallowed Moonlight, probably not a necessary card, but also good against like Dredge. Maybe that's the main consideration for Hallowed Moonlight being in here, is that it can stop the zombies from just coming back into play. Timely Reinforcements is beautiful life gain out of the sideboard. Kind of, if you're in the market for a life gain effect, Timely Reinforcements is the big Mac Daddy of stabilizing your life. Painful Truths for drawing cards in grindy matchups. Anger, also great against Dredge and creature decks. I wouldn't mind another Anger, since it is such a powerful card against a lot of decks in Modern. Wear Tear is a great catch-all, similar to Engineered Explosives. Blowing up problem artifacts and enchantments, great against Affinity, that sort of thing. And Kalidas, also just extra life gain, potentially game winning against like Abzan Company or even Dredge. And as well, if you do happen to sideboard out Emrakul, it's a reasonable card to search for when you ult Nahiri, which, I mean, this deck isn't going to be sideboarding out Emrakul that often, but if you do happen to have like a lot of rest in pieces, Kalidas could potentially go in. If you're keeping in Dark Confidants, it could potentially go in, and you don't want to flip a 15 to the face. Yeah, other than that, I think we should be ready to test it out and begin the quest to flip Emrakul with Dark Confidant. Let's see if we can make it happen.